Um, do you think, I did not do well on the first exam. And I'm really struggling with the, like on question 17, it was if the coefficient of determination is 0.6084, then the correlation coefficient is, I don't seem to be able to figure out how to work those out.
Let's see. Would you repeat that question? I mean, let me get some paper and stuff like that, okay?
Sure, no problem. I'll wait till you get your paper.
Well, I know, I'm ready, go.
It says, if the coefficient of determination is 0.6084, then the correlation coefficient is, and there's two options, either positive or negative 0.78, or just a positive 0.78, or just a positive 0.3701, or a positive or negative 0.3701.
So the coefficient of determination is 0.68 something, or right, and then
6084. 0.6084.
Okay, 0.6084. Okay, and that's the coefficient of determination. And then the question is about what? Then the something else is something?
It's asking what the correlation coefficient is.
Okay. So the correlation is R. Let's just say it's R. Then the coefficient of determination is R squared. So R squared is 0.6084, and if we take the square root of that, we will get the correlation coefficient R. Here's the deal. You have R. Are you comfortable with what R is, the correlation coefficient?
It's probably better if you go over the whole thing with me.
Okay. Let me pull up some slides. I mean, because I think that'll be easier. You mind?
Not at all. Please do. Thank you.
See, I think this is chapter 4. Well, it might be 5. I think it's 4 or 3.
It's chapter 4, Professor.
Okay. All right, so let me share this with us. Not with that one. Share screen. That would be this one. Share screen.
I just did it on the calculator, so I got the 0.78, but it doesn't tell me to choose like positive or negative. The plus minus sign, it just says 0.78. So how would I know whether to choose the one with the positive negative sign or just the one with the 0.78?
You don't know which one to choose, so it is plus or minus 0.78.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, but do you know what those terms mean?
I do now, and I won't forget it for the next, because now that I know I can correlate R squared rather as coefficient of determination and R as correlation coefficient, and I know just to get the square root for the correlation coefficient, I will not get that wrong on the next time.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Professor, I was able to get the math part, but it's not clear to me still the relationship between the two. So I can do the math for it, but I don't understand what the coefficient of determination versus the correlation really are looking at.
Okay, let's see if we can figure that out. Let's see, let's get in that one.
And then I sometimes will get that, is that the same as is used as the regression line? Is that the same wording? I feel like sometimes it's used similarly, and I'm not sure if I'm just associating them together and they're not supposed to be, or.
They are supposed to be.
Okay.
And I agree with you. I don't think the book does a very good job on that. But here's a picture of the correlation coefficient. Let me get rid of this for a little while. Here's a picture of the correlation. Can you all see this slide?
Yes.
Okay, so this group, there's no correlation, so R is 0. And so you can use these pictures to begin to see the linear correlation between these things. You go from this group where the correlation is 0 down to this one where the correlation is almost perfect. And it's R is equal to minus 0.99. And here R is plus 0.9. You can see one goes up and one goes down. Mm-hmm. And so that's the correlation. But now, that just means that variable X and variable Y are correlated.
That they're related in a linear fashion.
They're related in some linear fashion.
Okay.
The data points are actually related in some linear fashion. But so here's an example of 6 data points, 2, 4, 6 data points, and there's the line for it. Mm-hmm. The equation of the line. Now that has an R for it, but R squared will tell you what percent of weight is determined by height. So in our case, we had R was 0.78 in that homework problem, or that quiz problem. R was 0.78 basically. Mm-hmm. And the coefficient of determination was 0.60. Let's say 61. So 61% in that case of weight was determined by height. But the correlation.
61% of the points that we already found, or 61% of what would be marked based on the linear regression line?
See, the linear regression line explains 61% of weight once height is given to us.
As does coefficient of determination.
That's what that does, yes. The coefficient of determination tells us that 61% of weight is determined by height.
Okay, so the coefficient of determination tells us that that number, so that 61% of them are actually determined by the other. And then the line is more of a visual representation. Is that
yes,
where the points would fall along that percentage?
Right, so if I took if I want to guess now, so if I have a person that's 68 inches high, I would come up here, and if I want to guess, I'm going to have to guess he's on this line, because that's my best guess, that he's on this line. That means I would put X equals 68 into this equation, work it all out, and it would come out to be something like, 170 pounds, say 175 pounds. And then that would be the estimation of what weight would be based on 68 inches of height. But I would know that there's 39% other factors. So 40% of other factors would affect weight other than height.
Okay.
The 40 is around a 30, so 39% of other factors other than height will affect weight.
How do you get that percentage?
The 39?
Yeah, the 40%.
Well, I rounded 39 to 40 and I should not have.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
And is it okay to assume that the line of regression is the like average of all the data points?
It's not okay, it's mandatory.
Okay.
It is the best fit, meaning that if I change this line, so this line, if I measure the distance from this point to the line, and then this point to the line, and this point to the line, measure all these distances to the line, I get some distance if I add them all up, right? I mean, I have all these 6 points, and I measure the distance from that point to this line, and do that for all 6 points, add up the distances. If I change this line, I'll get a bigger distance to all the points. So if this line produces the minimum distance to all these points, all at once, all 6 points.
Okay. And is it normal to have like a strong association for a regression line if you don't have a strong association with just the data points?
No, you can't.
Because there was a question on the exam and there was a bunch of data points and the data points weren't in a straight line, but the regression line, the question was like, it was about correlation, but the answer was that there was a strong relationship according to the regression line, even though there was a bunch of random points that weren't in a straight line. I should probably send it to you.
Yes.
Okay. Because it was confusing to me because it looked like just like a blurb of data points, but it said that there was a strong relationship because of the regression line.
Well, let's see. I mean, you can have a strong relationship. I mean, if the regression line itself does not, okay, all data points, like these 6 data points, that is a regression line. And if I took this data point and brought it way down here, I'd still have some regression line, but I'd have some data points that were way off. I will always have a regression line. Send me the problem.
Okay.
If you have it.
Yes.
Is that an email you're going to send it to me?
Yes, I can do that. I'll do it right now.
Professor,
Yes.
before we move on from this question, so if we were going to predict weight based on height, we could say that so if it's 70, whoops, I lost for these, is the horizontal, that's the height.
Yes.
So if we were going to look at 68, we would just go up to the regression line and then predict maybe like what 160,
Something like that. Yeah.
okay.
No, but you can get exact by taking the 668 and putting it into this equation.
Okay, and that 68 would that?
Yeah, let's see what we get.
Okay.
I got my calculator here. 8.36 times 68 minus 398.
Okay.
And I get 170.48. So 68 inches would correlate, would predict a weight of 170 pounds.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let me go see if I have my email yet. Ta-da.
Professor, while you're on the email, I had tried emailing you a couple of times and I never got any response. And then there were several students online on the Ask Your Peers forum that said that they were trying to contact you as well and they hadn't heard back.
That is, I don't know how that happened, but I guess I did do that. Microphone not working. I don't get any of mic work, but I don't have any other message yet. New message from Debbie. No, that would be old. Okay, well, that's a different issue. We'll take care of that later. So, yeah, I guess I have inadvertently ignored the message. I don't know what happened, and I apologize. I mean, I can't do anything besides apologize profusely for it. I'm usually pretty good at answering these things. So I don't know.
Okay, I just was wondering only because there were quite a few students who were having the same issue of getting a hold, and I never heard if the students ended up getting a hold of you or not, but I just was wondering because it seems like the only way we have to contact you is the email, and when that's not working, we're kind of stuck.
It's miserable for you. Of course, I will. Yeah, this has really been a rough semester for you, and I don't. This is the roughest I've ever had, and I screwed up somewhere, I guess, and I will pay more attention to this situation.
Okay, thanks. I'm wondering if it is just your last name at CSUSM.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't have that other email yet. So that's interesting. I mean,
I just sent it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe if you refresh.
Question line question. Here we go. Yeah. Professor, consider the following. There is no association between hours work, GPA incorrect. Feedback. Oh, I don't have a copy of the scatter plot. Here's the following scatter plot of GPA. Number of hours they work for. So what I don't have a picture of the scatter plot. I can go find it but what can you tell me what the slope of the line looked like? Hello?
It was negative. It was a negative slope, but the data points were they weren't in a straight line.
They were not.
They weren't.
Oh, I thought you said they were in a straight line.
No, they weren't. And that's why I marked that there was no association because they were kind of just all in the middle. They slanted towards negative, they went from left to right in a negative fashion, but they weren't in a straight line, so I didn't think there was a correlation. I'm wondering if I can screenshot it to you because I thought that would show up. Let me see.
Chloe, do you know what the name of or what it was about?
Yeah.
Was it about feathers or the topic?
I can read it to you. So it says, consider the following scatter plot of students' GPA and the approximate number of hours they worked per week. The least squares regression line has been drawn in the plot. So when I copied and pasted it, it showed the graph. So I don't know why it's not showing up, but it's pretty much just a bunch of data points and they're all kind of in the center and they're sloping downwards, but they're not, the data points themselves aren't in a straight line. So I didn't think there was a correlation like how we saw in that chapter, how when all of the dots are in a line, the correlation is more towards 1 or -1. So I didn't think there was an association just because they were so scattered. But the answer said that there was. Maybe I can post it on the forum.
Yeah, which quiz was this for?
This was quiz 4 for chapter 4.
So I actually have a picture of this. I can open up my video and show it.
Oh, awesome.
Because I was looking at that as well. So let me open.
Yay.
And I'll apologize if you hear a little 5-year-old.
Okay.
Okay.
Apologize to 5-year-olds.
I don't know if you guys can see me.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Oh, awesome. Yes, it looked like that.
Okay, well, I don't see it yet. I'm trying to figure out how to see it.
Let me see how much bubble made.
Oh, I see what you're talking
What the problem is?
You're confusing association and correlation.
Okay.
And with an association, it's looking at the general trend of the data. So like with that line, it's a negative association because it's traveling downwards.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a correlation is the data points are close together. It's two separate things. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that does.
So this was the question I posted on our forum because it seemed that there was one answer choice with two answers on it. Did you notice that? The A and the D.
Oh,
Is that what that is?
let me check.
Yeah, I think that's the same question. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
So is
The correct answer was C.
right.
You couldn't select the D option.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I was just didn't know if that was hurting my score or not. Okay. Do you need to see the chart anymore?
No. So association and correlation are different.
Yes.
Yeah.
How can you like explain it more? How it's different?
So correlation is how close to the line the data points are. So if something has a strong correlation, the data points are really close to the line or on the line, okay?
Okay.
If it's a weak correlation, the data points are kind of scattered all over. They may have a general trend of upward or downward, but they're kind of all over the graph. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Now, if they have a positive association, the line is traveling upwards. If they have a negative association, the line travels downwards.
Okay. Okay. So association is, I still don't understand how that, I get correlation, I just don't get how association, does that just have to do with regression lines or?
The association is how the two variables are associated with one another. How does X compare with Y? So
Okay.
for every X, Y goes up, it's a positive association because every time X goes up, Y goes up.
Okay.
Whereas
So-
the opposite is a negative. If X goes down, X goes up, Y goes down. So it's a negative association.
So wouldn't the association always be strong then if it's always going to be positive or negative?
They weren't asking the strength of the association. They were asking just if it was positive or negative.
Well, the correct answer was there is a negative association between hours worked in GPA, and
Yes.
the association between hours worked in GPA is very strong. So that's why I was confused.
No, okay, that's where you're confused. That was actually that second part of the answer was a typo. That part was supposed to be like a D option. It wasn't supposed to be part of the answer.
Wait, so what was the right answer? The
C. The C is the right answer.
okay.
The part where it says D, comma, that was supposed to be, I think,
Oh,
an option D instead of an option C.
got it. Okay.
Can I just ask? So C says that there's no association between hours and GPA worked, but I thought I just heard you say that there's a negative association.
Or maybe on yours. Maybe the answers were different on yours.
I put
Okay.
that.
My exam, C was the correct option.
Yeah.
So is it no association or negative?
It's negative association. On my exam, it was negative. For C, you said negative. But I think the answers were different for everybody.
So when the A and D were combined, were they always the same two choices that were combined?
I'm assuming so. I think that whatever was mixed up on them was always combined together.
Okay, because the combined ones say negative association.
Yeah, okay. That my combined one says negative association too, and that is the correct answer.
So it would be the A and D choice.
It's different on everybody's exam. So my exam, the correct answer was C, but the correct answer was the words, there's a negative association between hours worked and GPA.
Okay, so if on my exam the correct answer was combined with D, would that be right or wrong?
I think it would be right because
Okay.
I think it was just marking C as right.
Yeah.
And the D wasn't an option. So it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, okay.
And looking at Professor's screen where it says strength of the association between X and Y, that's still kind of like misleading because it says 6 is perfect.
Right.
Whereas like the one on the test is very strong. It's like, how are we supposed to know that? I don't know. I think that's confusing.
This picture here?
Yeah, so that association is perfect, right?
Almost.
Almost.
Okay. So then like very strong would be like number 3 or
Well, I tried to be very careful with that and make it very obvious what the options were. I mean, this is a judgment call now. And I mean, you know, this is, to me, this is almost perfect. To you, it was perfect. I mean, and so, but I tried to make it so that a set of data like this would be strong or very strong compared to this one, which was not strong.
right. Okay.
I mean, I tried to make it very, very obvious.
I think, yeah, that's just why I was confused about the typo and yeah, so
Okay,
now
so,
that makes
yeah, I'm trying to find that question. Let me share this screen with you. See if that is the slope. See, does this question start with the slope of the regression line suggests that?
Yes, and select 1.
Okay, so I've got several questions like that. Let me see what's going on here because I don't like the fact that there was a typo that got you guys confused. So let me see what I got going on here. Okay, this is one with GPA of 2.3 would work out approximately something. Well, we don't need that one. So might be this one. Well, I can do this later when you know that's not the right one. That's the wrong. There we go. It won't work. Maybe this one. Yeah, there we go. So this D is out of place. So let me see okay, I'll take care of this later. Let me see what question, oh, they're not numbered. Okay, but I'll take care of that question on later after we close up.
So what is the correct answer on that one?
Okay, well, let me go back and look at the question again.
Sorry.
That's okay. Slope of the regression line suggests that there is a positive association. Well, that's not right. There is no association between the hours worked and GPS. There is a negative association between the hours worked and the GPA. Well, the line suggests that there is a negative association between the hours worked and the GPA. None of the others, I mean, there's obviously it's not a positive slope, and it's obviously not very strong. So the options are really between no association and a negative, but the line suggests that there's a negative one.
Okay.
The confusion is coming because D was also attached to that option, but the option
Right.
The option that is correct is the one that had the two options combined together. So
Right.
there's negative association between, that's the one you should have selected, but the correct answer is actually the part that says there is negative association.
Right, and that is obviously a mess to leave it like that. So I'll fix that right away.
So if there's no correlation, like if it's like in the shape of a V or something, there couldn't be a regression line, right?
If there's absolutely none, like in this picture here,
Yeah.
then it would be a horizontal line.
Oh, okay.
If there's absolutely none, but there's always a tiny bit. I mean, it'd be perfectly none, it would be almost impossible.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect questions, ladies. I mean, this is good, good thinking, good working at it. Yeah, and I'll fix this part.
Professor, this is Lisa Long again. So I have a question, another one on finding the median that was on the exam. Both questions were to find the median in a set of numbers.
Yes.
And I got both of them wrong, but I went back and looked at my notes and everything on how to find the median, and I swear I did it right, which means I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So on one of them, it says there's a Mays experiment that uses 24 lab rats of various ages as summarized below. And so the age and months that they give is 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. So when I calculate the median, the two, because it's an even number of numbers, the two in the middle are 4 and 5. So I add 4 and 5 together, I get 9. I divide that by 2, that's 4.5. So I put that 4.5 was the answer, and it got marked wrong, and it said the correct answer is 4. And I did the same thing for the dot plot one where it says define the median. And the two middle, the numbers there were 7, 8, 9, 10. So I took the 2 in the middle, the 8 and the 9, I added them together. That's 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. But it's marked that one wrong as well and told me that the answer is 9.
And I think what you're doing with those problems is that there's multiple values for each one of them. For this, if you take that first one, there's multiple values. You have to count them all. So let me pull up.
So because there's like for the first one for the age of 2 months, there were 4 rats that were 2 months.
Right, so you have to count all 4 of those.
Holy cow.
Lisa, I was doing the exact same thing. The only way I could get it was to actually, for whatever reason, I'm a visual person. I had to write all of them out. So I wrote down 4 2s and I wrote down 6 4s or whatever those numbers were. And then I was able to figure out what because I was doing it the exact same way you were, and I was getting 4.5. And then I did it, writing it all out. And then I was able to get the right answer.
Okay, I'm a totally visual person the same. So, and I'd started doing that a couple times and then stopped doing it because I was like, this is ridiculous. This can't be the right way to do this. There has to be a simpler way, but I guess that's the only way.
That's the only way I could make it work.
No, there is an easier way. But I think the bigger point here is that you don't want the median of the values. You want the median of all the people or the subjects in the study. You want the median of all of them. And I think when you just took the 4 and the 9 and added them up, you just took the 2 extremes of the values, and you're looking at only what the raw values were, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever. And you've got to get the median of all the people. So it would be like if you had 30 people with 4 and 1 with 9, well, the median price would not be 4 plus 9 because you got 30 people over here on the one side and only 1 up there. So you're destroying you have to look at how many are in each area, in each value.
That makes sense. But did I hear you say that there's a shortcut to figuring it out, or like
Sure.
a formula?
Yeah,
or?
there is a shortcut. So, so what you could do is, so you have to help me with the problems. The first value was 4, right? Is that what you said? Oh no, the first value was 2, and there were 4 of those, right?
4 rats that are 2 months old.
Okay, 4 rats that are two months old.
And 6 rats that are 3 months old.
And 6 that are 3.
And 6 rats that are 4 months old.
Okay.
And 4 rats that are 5 months old.
Okay.
3 rats that are 7 months old.
Okay.
1 rat that's 9 months old.
How many rats are 9?
1, just
1. Okay. So you would add up the 4 and the 6 and the 6 and the 4 and the 3 and the 1. Just add them up.
24.
10, 24. So there's 24 rats in the study. And so you want to find the median of 20 of the 24. So you'd start at, so visualize rats numbered 1 through 24, and you want to pick out that median rat, the one that is at 12 and a half in this case. So you would find 12 and a half. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
So I want the 12 and a half rat. Well, I can, if I start counting at the bottom, I get 4 2s, and then I get 6 3s. Well, the 12th and a half one is at 4. The 12th and the 13th are at 4. So the median weight, I think it is 4.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
And the same way with the dot plot. Just figure out how many dots are there, and then take half of it and start counting from the left till you get to half, and then the value below that is whatever it is.
Okay.
Lisa, do you remember the alligator question?
Oh,
The same one where it was like find the median of the lengths of alligators or something would fall under which class, right? Do you remember that one?
vaguely.
So for whatever reason, I was able to do the shortcut that the professor just explained when it was in a histogram, like a visual like that. I could figure out that the middle point would fall in this category. But then I think it was because of all the numbers that made it confusing for me in that specific chart for that rat problem.
Okay. Well, I get it now the way it was done now. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had asked these questions before the exam.
Well, make sure we do it next time prior to the exam too.
I don't know if this is a bad time to ask or if I should even bother asking, but is there any chance for like an extra credit assignment for some of us to make up? Because I really wish I would have done better on the exam.
What did you get on the exam? Do you mind saying?
I don't mind. I got a 68. So I think, let me see, I got a total of like 17 out of 25. And they were really these problems.
That's what I got too, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, thank you. I'm in good company.
And I'm still stuck on the rat problem. I need to see it. I like started writing it down, but we need to find the 12 and a half. And then I kind of got lost after that.
Did you print it? Do you have a printout of the graph on the problem?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I wonder if I can. Oh, God. Okay, I apologize for how I look, but let's see. Am I on? I don't know if I'm on. Okay, so here, wait a minute. Where's my thing? Sorry, first time I'm using. I can't even see what I'm doing. So you see how the top one is 2, 4. You know how he came up with the middle, like there's 24 rats, so the middle would be, wait, was it 24 or 25?
24. Yeah, I got that.
So the middle, okay, so we said that the middle of that was, we said 12.5, but isn't that 12?
Well, you have to do 12 plus 13 over 2.
Oh, okay.
Because there's even numbers.
That's right. Okay, so if you look at the number, so the left side is the age in months, but look at the right side where it says number of rats. 4 plus 6 is 10. So we still need 2 more, which puts it into that third column or that third row, which the second set of 6s, which if you go over here is 4. So that's the median age, 4.
Okay, thank you. That now makes sense.
Did that help? Did that make sense?
Yes, perfect.
Thank you very much. So there's an equal number of rats kind of in that middle 4 on either side.
Okay.
Good questions. Good thinking. Hard thinking.
Professor, I have a question about two-way tables.
Okay, good.
So the question is actually, so it says, it was on the exam and it says X and Y are 2 categorical variables. the best way to determine if there is an association between them is to, and then I marked the wrong answer, but apparently the right answer was to create a two-way table of the X and Y values and compute the conditional distributions. So I wanted to know what's the difference between marginal and conditional, and why is conditional the better way to determine association?
Can you bear with me to pull up a chart? It's so much easier.
Yeah, I can send it to you. It doesn't have a chart.
No, I got it. This
Okay.
one. So all I need is a chart. That's chapter 5?
I think it was chapter,
I'm pretty sure it's 5.
let me see.
Yeah, I think it's 5. It was quiz 5.
Right.
Yeah, it was on the exam. I'm not sure what exact quiz
Right.
it was.
No, it's quiz 5.
Yeah, it was 5.
So I got it here. Oh dear, what happened? Okay, good. I still have it. Let me go share this screen. Quiz 5. Okay, share screen. So we just have to find a two-way table here. Can you see that two-way table?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think that's a very good one. I don't know if I have a better one. What's this one? That's a good chart. No, I guess I don't. Okay, here's a good one. So in this two-way table, they 575 orange trees are being treated with 4 different growth hormones. Okay, so there's treatments 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're measuring the production of the trees and by the treatment type. So more or less same. More production for this column, less production for this column, and the same production for this column. And this is how many trees are in each group. So the marginal distribution would be showing that 100 trees had treatment 1, 230 trees had treatment 2, 75 had treatment 3. So we take this margin, and to get the percentages, we'd do 100 over 575, 230 over 575. So we'd have these, we'd have the marginal distribution of how many trees we had these types of treatments. And the other marginal would be the production level would be these 3 values total. So I would get a marginal distribution saying that 210 out of 575 had more trees, more fruit, 215 had less fruit, and 150 had the same. 150 out of 575, I would do the percents. So that's what marginal does, and that only tells me the summary of what happened with the experiment. To understand what value, what association there was between treatment 2. So given that they had treatment 2, what's the association? What's the production level given treatment 2? So I would begin to understand the relationship between the treatment 2 and the production level. So that's the correlate. So that would begin to produce not the correlation. I mean, well, correlation is pretty good, but association would be better, right?
So is the conditional just more detailed? It's more descriptive?
Right. It involves both parts of the experiment, the treatment and the production. Whereas the marginal is just the margin. It's just, this one just involves one of the two things, treatment. This column involves just treatment. This row involves just production level.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. Good question.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Erica.
Hi, Erica.
And I have a question about the Excel project.
Oh,
And it's more of a logistical question about it than a math question about it. Do you want I've never worked with Excel before. I've just been using the statistical calculator. And so it will be a learning experience. But when you do the graphs in Excel, do they put them into the Excel document themselves? Or will they
go in
be
by themselves.
attached? They do.
Yes.
So they'll so we're just going to turn in one document and everything will be included.
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to run through something fast?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Here's something. This is, oh, you can't see this though, can you? Let me see if I can show this screen with you. That would be over here. Okay. Nope. Share screen, new share screen.
While you're looking for that, is it okay if, I'm very comfortable with my calculator now. Is it okay if I run those in the correlation coefficient and all of those things from my calculator, or do you want us to learn how to use Excel to do that? Excel will get the graphs out of that, and we're going to be doing a lot of things through Excel, but I noticed on the left side there were some things that I could compute on my calculator.
You can do it if you want, but if I recall, there's 34 variables, 34 people in the study, and you don't want to, so let me just do this real fast. So I think we have, is it hours studied?
Hours study and then pets, yeah.
Hours, and then we have a grade, right?
Yeah.
Basically. So, oh, I have to share this screen with you first.
I can see you typing.
Oh, okay. So I've already done that. I forgot. Sorry. Okay. So there's the hours, and I'm just going to make up some data. Okay. So we'll put 4, 6, 2, 8, 1. That kind of stuff. Okay, we'll have a big long list of that, and the grade might be 86, 79, 47, 49. This is hard. This is always hard for me to be making up grades or making up this stuff. 74. Okay, so. So that data is given to you, and it's all going to be. I can't stand this if it isn't centered. So so what you do once it's like that, you highlight these two things. These, the data on one side and the grade on the other. And actually, you probably will be using the school Excel when you click on that data. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. And I have an older version, not much older, but a little bit older. You will have to go to a place where it says import. I believe it says import, and then it will say charts. So you want to import charts.
Insert. You want to
insert charts. Right, insert. And so, but it will come to charts, and here's my charts. And then you select, and I'm going to select scatter. You will too.
So Excel just knows it's by area. It just gets it.
Because I told it, because I highlighted both columns. Okay. So there's a picture of my data points. And so the two, and you see they got it organized for you even. I put it down here in random. Well, there's the 2 and the 49. Let's change that just so we get a little bit better I mean, it'll be the correlation will, well, that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. Okay, so that's a picture of it. Now, if you go in, if you can get your arrow and click on that with the right click, it'll ask you to add trend line or something along those lines. Somebody used the other one? Add trend line. So it comes up here and it says line. Options. That's what I want. I want options. And it's going to say display equation on chart. And you say yes. And then you say display the R squared, which the R squared now is the coefficient of determination.
Right.
Okay. And so that's what you get. And then you can't see this, so I just grab it and move it. And then I'm old, so I like to have larger print. And 14 ought to do it. So I get larger prints, and there's everything done for us. Now you can put it on your computer, or you can take 15 minutes and learn how to do that.
So you can, oh, that's funny. You can just drag this whole thing and put it anywhere in Excel that you want to put it and make it bigger. Okay.
Yeah, Erica, if you include the titles of the columns, it'll actually title the graph for you automatically.
Oh, that's good.
You go to chart layout. Get it all up there for you. You chart the title, gives you a place to put it. You want to put the title on top. Put the title up here.
Okay.
With the axis.
Yeah, but if you grab the title of each column, it'll actually label your axes for you.
Oh, yeah, right. Right. So if I had done that first, you're right.
This
Where did
makes
you
it a little easier.
I'm sorry, where was the insert button? I'm not very familiar with Excel. I just see charts and then where?
The insert should be in the very top, at the top of the screen, not in the Excel body, but
On file or something, insert chart.
Erica, do you have, which version of Word or Office do you have?
The newest one.
Okay, then it should be under your, like your file or your little, that little circle icon. It should be really easy to find.
Okay, well, I guess that was thank you, everyone. That was my question about the Excel project.
yeah, it turns out I mean, it's so simple to use that everybody
I
should
just
learn how
can't
to use
believe
it.
it. I actually went online and looked at how to calculate R by hand because I was more confused about the calculator. I wanted to understand how you even get that R. And it's amazing that this program can do it in a second. I mean, doing it by hand would take,
Exactly.
about 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Good questions tonight.
Professor, it's Nicole. I was just wondering, I was having difficulty emailing you, so I sent you an email while we were working on the other things. Would you mind checking to see if you got it? I'm so sorry to take class time to do that, but
No. That's let's see. Nicole, I do have just testing.
perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so I do have them and I don't have to respond now, right?
If you could, then I know that I can just reply to that email and I know that you'll get it.
That's fine. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
sorry,
That's a good idea.
thank you.
Professor,
Yes.
would it be okay, if it's okay with everyone else, if the last 10 minutes we discuss chapter 9, since that's this current week's assignment on probability?
I'm totally good with that.
I'm totally good with it.
Okay.
Okay, so Nicole, I just returned to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So chapter 9 we want to get into. Okay. Let me put this down. Let me close up some screens here, okay?
Yes.
Kind of load it down. Close this one. So we want chapter 9. Oh, I got to get my chapter 10s out. Ugh. Chapter 10, okay. See, that goes in this part. Okay, so chapter 9, introducing probability. You want to share this screen? And share. Oh, is that the right one? What do you see?
Excel.
Oh. Undo share. I want this one. Share screen. How about now?
Yes.
Okay. So any specific things, or you want me to just start at the beginning?
Yeah, I guess at the beginning, I read the chapter briefly and then I just kind of checked out the quiz and I'm just feeling a little nervous about this chapter. So anything is going to be helpful.
Okay, so probability is, excuse the pun, but probably the hardest part for students for some reason, and I don't know exactly why. It is, so as one of my other students said, it's just kind of logical. And so you just have to think about it and you can figure out almost everything by just thinking about things. Now, why won't this go forward? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we don't need this. We had these random events. And do you all have an idea of what probability is? I mean, if I say that there's a probability that 0.7 that something's going to happen, does that mean that, do you understand that means there's a 70% chance it's going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that?
If there's maybe like some problems to figure out, I think that would be really helpful for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to try to do. Well, sometimes you have to have a technique to figure out some of the things that happen. So here's an example where I have a loaded coin which favors heads, and the probability of getting, so I call heads is 1, and it looks like I have that backwards. Heads should have been 0 and tails 1, but let's go with this. So I'm going to flip a coin, and the heads is going to be called 1 and tails 0. And when I flip it, the probability of getting a 1 is 0.45, and the probability of getting a 0 is 0.55. The question is, after 3 flips, what's my probability of getting 3 heads, let's say? So the technique that you want to do is you list all the possible outcomes. So on the first toss, you get a heads or a tails. On the second toss, you're going to get a heads or a tails too, but you have two combinations here. You have the first toss was a head, and the second toss was heads here, and the first toss was heads, and the second toss was tails. Here, the first was tails, second heads, etc. Right? So then this lists all the possible, and if I do this for all the way out to the third toss, then I can list these things. This arrow means I came from here, which means I came from here, which means I came from here. So that's heads, heads, heads. This one means I ended with tails, which came from heads. So that's heads, heads, tails, right? We got that?
Yes, so far.
Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. So this is the sample space. So unfortunately, I don't have my next chart doesn't have what it should have on it. Let me see what I got now. Okay. So what I would want to do is that the probability of getting a heads, I would put a 0.55 here. I think it was 5.5. So this was 5.5, 0.55. This would be 0.55 here, but this would be 0.45. The tails is 0.45. So I would put the number, the probability of getting this value above that line for each of the lines. And then on the outcome, so if I wanted, what's the probability of getting 3 heads? Well, let's say I wanted the probability of getting a heads and then a tail and then a tail. This particular combination. Let's say I wanted that. Well, I'd come back here and I look at the numbers and I'd have a 0.45 here, a 0.45 here, and a 0.55 here. I multiply those together. And that would give me the probability of getting a heads, tails, tails. That's probably not at the beginning of this, what should have been at the beginning of this conversation, but is that helping any?
Yeah, it makes sense. How did you get the numbers 0.55 and 0.45? Would those have already been given to you in the problem?
Yeah, they would be given to you.
Okay.
Yeah, there, see, I think I had them here. Heads and tails were 4, 5, and 5, 5. No, that's all given to you, right?
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, but the key thing here is that, let's go back to this one. Suppose I wanted to find out what's the probability of getting exactly 2 heads. Well, what I would do is which of these tosses give me exactly 2 heads? Well, I get a heads, heads here, heads, tails, and tails, heads, heads. So these 3 tosses, this one, and this one, give me 3, the 3 times I'm going to get exactly 2 heads. So I need to calculate the probability for each one of those. I take the probability of this guy, which would be this times that times that. Okay, and then the probability of this one and the probability of this one, and adding them together. Adding those 3 numbers together.
And it's in adding them together?
This is an adding them together part. These are this is the set of possible outcomes. There's nothing else that's possible. This is the exact set. Everything could happen and nothing else can happen. And that's called the sample space.
Okay, so for going back for finding the exactly 2 heads, we would take those 3 outcomes and then we'd multiply from third to second to first toss. And once we had those 3 numbers, we would add them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, then you could do that with anything, you know. You could do at least 1 tail. You could do exactly 1 tails or whatever. But you do them all the same way.
Could you do another example problem of when it's like an and an or combined, like the probability of this and this or this?
I can do that.
When the ands and the ors are combined, I can do ors by themselves and I can do ands by themselves. When they get combined, I start getting confused.
Can you give me, let's see, give me an exact problem. Let's see, so you might want something like, let's see, you gotta get some more sketch paper here. P of, let's see, how would we do this? Let's use this. Yeah, let's use the dice. So, but that's where I think that's where the intellect comes in the sense that see, how can I say this? I guess I'm not. Okay, you see this screen, right?
Yeah.
So I think maybe this is the equation you're worried about?
Well, yeah, not necessarily that one in particular, but like kind of when there's all those multiple options, I get confused on, and I don't know if I can articulate it correctly, but I get confused when I know that there are 6 possible outcomes for this part, and there's 10 possible outcomes for this. And then I need there's an and an or combined in the problem. I don't know when I've already included, when there's overlap of the inclusion or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let me pull up another. Well, here, I can do this.
I don't have an exact problem, but it's
Well,
that kind of.
let me help. Let's see if I can make one up here. You see the blank screen?
Yes.
Okay. So just going to type with me. Okay, good. So let's say I have 7 red marbles, and I have 8 blue marbles, and I have 5 white marbles. Let's get one more color. Quick a color.
Green.
Green, good. Green. Green marbles. So that's what's in a jar.
Okay.
And I could come up with events. So I could say A is the event that I draw a red marble.
Yes, these kinds of problems. Yeah.
A-R-B-L-E. Okay, and B might be, how about we keep that as blue? Yay.
Mm-hmm.
And how about we go back here and call red R?
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll call W white. And then G green, obviously, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a bunch of colors now. I mean, I got a bunch of events. Oops. Okay, I've got a bunch of events. So I reach in and to get the and in, though, I have to go. I can't do this with the and. I can't do it. They have to have 2 things here. Oh, let's use the dice because I need, you'll see what I mean here. So I'm going to insert a duplicate chart so I don't have to worry about ruining this. So we'll take this out. And now I'll say A is the event of getting, A is I will get something greater than 6.
Okay.
Okay, and B will be the event where I get something less than 10. And C will be the event that it's even.
Okay.
Okay. So now I can ask, what's the probability of getting, A and B, let's see, A and B. So we're okay with this one.
Yeah.
So this would be something, let's see, greater than, that was supposed to be less than, I thought, less than 10. Yeah, less than 10. So this would be the probability then of getting 7, 8, or 9.
Right.
Probability of getting 7, 8, or 9. Okay. I can throw in now. I could ask the probability of getting C or parentheses A and B.
Right.
So what does that consist of now?
Your answer from before. So the probability of those three options.
Right. So I would get. So what's in the? What is so the way to work these is what is in the success. How many items are in the success area? Well, C is all the even guys. So how many items are in the even area? How many tosses will make an even number? Well, you can go out and count them.
Yeah.
2. Okay, so there's 2, and you would guess that, and so you get 1 here and 1 here, and 2, 4, 6.
There's 36 options, right?
Right, there's 36 options, so I would have
13 would be even.
well, probably half of 36 is 18.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there would be 18 of those, right? Oops, what happened? There's 18 out of 36.
Out of 36, right?
Then plus my A and B. Well, what does A and B give me? A and B is 7, 8, and 9. We just got that one. But the trick here is that I've already got the 8.
Yeah, see, that's what gets me, because that's already included in option C.
Right. So you don't put it in the second half. Well, no. Here's here's what you can do, is that you add it. Oops, darn it. You add this in.
Which is 3 out of 36.
No, it's more than that. The P of getting a 7.
Oh, yeah.
7 is 1. There's a 7 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 7s, and there's an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 and 5 is 11, and 9 is 12, 13, 14, 15. So plus 15
over 36.
Over 36. But as you noticed, I've already got the 8. I've included the 8 in the first number and in the second one. So I have to take it out once.
So minus 1 out of 36.
No, not 1, 8. And not 8 either, but you have to, how many 8s? 1.
Oh, how many? Oh, yeah, see.
6. Minus 6 over 36.
Okay.
Right. You have to take out how many times you might get a 6. So that would be it.
And why did we take out that 8?
Because I counted the 8 in this 18 because C was even.
Covered all possibilities of getting an even outcome from rolling 2 dice, so an even number.
Okay.
Right. So,
And then for the probability of A and B, because the probability of A and B also includes the value of 8, which is even.
So let me say it like this. This is so P of C. I know we'd do that. P of C equals P of 2 plus P of 4, etc., right? Plus P of 8 plus P of 10, might as well finish it up, plus P of 12, right? That's P of C.
Yeah, those are all the even values you could get from rolling 2 dice.
That's the possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And P of A and B is equal to P of A is equal to P of 7 plus P of 8 plus P of 9. Oops, did it again. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So to do the OR, I want to take all of these and add them, because it's OR, I can do either one, take all of those and add them to all of these. But as you see, I added P of 8 twice. Once here and once here. So I have to take out P of 8.
Okay.
Okay, that visual was really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I have a question about the Excel project. How do we turn it in?
I think you can just, how do you turn it in? Let me think.
Could we just upload it like we do a discussion
I think you can just upload it. Yes, you can upload it
as an attachment?
as an attachment. Right. You know what would be better to do would be to ask Sue how she wants it done.
Okay, thank you. I'll email her and ask her.
Right, because I think she's going to grade it, and that would be the best way to test that. Okay,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. More?
So when you ask Sue, will you let us know next class how she would like that turned in?
Yes, I will. I will ask Sue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will ask Sue how she wants to turn it.
I'll also post it on the Ask Your Peers thread. If you want to keep an eye out for that, I'll post how you turn it in too.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, thank you for all of the help tonight. I'm gonna have to get going, so I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Perfect. I'll be here. Okay.
Sorry, Dr. Woodward. I wrote you an email yesterday and I never received a response.
Yeah, we've had that problem. I've had that problem, I guess. Who is this?
Brittany Schneider. I wrote it yesterday morning around 10:30, 10:15.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I had no internet and I wasn't able to take the exam, and I was at the dealership getting my oil changed and I was trying to work on it. It kept cutting out, and I wrote you an email to let you know what was going on. I have no internet at home. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay. So you need an extension.
Yes, and that's what I was asking in my email.
Okay, so Brittany.
Yes.
Can
Can I try to resend my email to you to see if you're even getting my emails? Because I wrote you before this session started about our groups, and I never received an email back. Like, I don't know if you're getting my emails. I cut and pasted your link from the syllabus into my address book for my emails. See, this is Tuesday, and I did it at like 10 in the morning.
Right, I'm looking. So, is your email with Brittany? I mean, is that?
No, it says SCH. It should be SCHN.
Yeah, I got it.
045. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Do you see it?
I see it right there. Brittany Schneider. Tonight's exam.
I didn't. I'm surprised this screen is being shown shared. I don't care, but
Oh yeah, no, that's like, yep, that's it right there.
Okay.
I'm having, my internet keeps going in and out at home, so I'm trying to go to like Starbucks or the nearest cafe. I was trying to get things done at the dealership. It's whenever I get, I don't know what it is over where I live in Marietta, Temecula, and for some reason my internet keeps going in and out. My husband's having the same problem for his work.
Yeah, my daughter lived in Marietta, and she had that problem too.
Yeah, my husband's like, and he's a fire captain, and he's the union president, and he's trying to the whole election thing. He's like, I can't contact people. I have no internet. I can't write this. I can't. Yeah, he's dying, and I'm like, this is my grade. We paid for this. You're already getting paid.
Right. Either way, yeah, they're both important things.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you need you need all the quizzes?
Yeah, I haven't taken anything because my internet has been going in and out, and I don't.
Well, how are you going to solve the problem, though?
Well, I went to the library today. I was at the dealership yesterday, going through all the lectures, and then last week I also went to the library. So I'm trying to go to the library because I know my house internet sucks. So I'm trying to go to the library, and then like I said yesterday, I was at the dealership. I brought my laptop. I'm like, they have internet. I can do it here. And I'm trying to go to like coffee houses or tea houses.
Okay, so you have a path.
Yes, definitely. I'm trying every way I can. I mean, my in-laws, I'm going to go to their house if I can't get internet here.
That's desperate.
I love my in-laws. They're amazing.
I'm just joking.
I know. Well, it is desperate if I have to go there because they're amazing, but I don't want to be around them for too long.
Okay. Well, I will. So what's today? Today is the 9th?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't mind letting you choose the date to extend it to. However, you've got to catch up with everything. So.
Well, I'm already done I already watched all the lectures through the last 2 weeks. I was able to do that at the dealership.
Okay. So what do you need? So I need to put a date in to extend it to. Should I just kind of leave it open for you?
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Yes, that would be amazing. And can I let you know tomorrow when I look at my calendar? My daughter has a soccer playoff game tomorrow. I can probably try Sunday.
Try Sunday for what?
To finish everything for you on Sunday.
That would be another number. Okay, that's so extend it to the.
I don't know that date.
Well, I can figure that out. 9, 10.
Today, I don't even know what today is. So
the 9th. So that's the 13th, I think.
10, 11, 12, 13th.
Right. Is that enough time? Because there's 5 quizzes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's not enough time. So that's the problem is that you're so far behind that if I give you enough time, then you're going to be behind with the other part. So I can extend it to the 20th.
Okay, perfect.
I'll extend all those things to the 20th for you.
Oh my God, thank you.
That's so. But how many of these do you need to? I mean, do you want to go?
I will try to get everything that I'm behind caught up by the 20th.
But what does that go up to? Because by the 20th, we are already on quiz something else.
Okay, well, I will try my best to make sure I have everything from now until the 20th cut up to the 20th.
Okay. All right. I'll try to figure this out for you.
And then is there another email or a phone number I can call on to let you know that something's not working or?
Email me and I will watch my emails. I am, except for the last month, I'm usually very, very good with my emails.
Okay.
But I've just been so busy. And I'll tell you the other thing that happened is, if you can see my screen now, see these do not replies that I have here?
I was getting a lot of those too. Everything.
Yeah, I'm getting all of
Everybody's replies.
everybody's comments and
Yeah.
the whole discussions, and it just gets
Overwhelming.
overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think
No, I'm the same way. I was like, I haven't heard from. I kept looking at my email to see if I got a response from you.
okay. Well,
Not getting my
yeah.
email.
Okay, so I can fix this up for you.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I didn't want to ask, and I haven't asked, but my internet here, my husband is dying.
Well,
But his is union. It's like this is our livelihood. His job is our livelihood. Mine is extracurricular.
right.
For me, like, he's dying. He's like, I can't get this. I'm not getting emails. My internet cuts out. I can't finish my work. Me,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
not
I
good.
can't finish my homework. We're paying for it.
Right. You know,
Hold on. I'll
what kind of modem do you have?
Linksys? I don't know. We have a Linksys.
We've had that same problem, yeah, but not as bad as you're describing it. But we went out and bought a pretty expensive Apple one, and
We have a Florian's Web. We have like 5 different I don't know what you call them. A internet component thing.
that does what?
We have a Linksys. We have a Florian's Web. I don't know if that's just the name of it.
The brand, yeah.
The brand, yeah. I have no idea. I'm not a computer person, which is why I'm terrible at online classes, because I'm not a computer person.
Okay, well, I have an expert that just walked in the room, and she's going to tell us what modem we have
Is
that
that your wife?
solved the
Hello,
problem.
Mrs. Woodward.
Hello.
Hi.
It is an Apple router.
An Apple router.
It's called the Airport Express, I think.
I think that's right.
And you have to, once you get it all, it's really easy to set up. I mean, anybody can set this thing up, except for Randy. And
Randy, I'm with you, because I wouldn't be able to do it either.
it walks you through it. It's really simple to do, but we had problems with it just a little bit. They did some software updates through Verizon or through our Cox internet, and we had to call, and they had to do something on their end in order for it to work again. But that was only after like the first couple of years we had it. So,
But it's
been updated now.
Okay, so she lives in Marietta.
Oh, okay.
And they're having internet problems the way that Kim.
I had Verizon. Now we have Time Warner, and everything keeps cutting out. I can't finish anything. I'm lucky to get to class. I feel like a failure, because I'm like, I'm trying to get here, but I have kids. I can't take them to Starbucks at 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night to go to bed.
My daughter does.
No, she doesn't.
I know. Well, I can't. My kids are, my youngest is already sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Apple Airport. I think it's Airport Express. And it was $195, but it has been worth it because we were always having trouble.
I was just telling your husband, my husband is a fire captain, and he's also the president of his fire union. Mm-hmm. And he's complaining that all of the internet keeps cutting out. He can't send emails. He can't, it sucks. He can't like do his job as like a president of the union.
So when you called your internet provider, what did they say?
Yes, we have. And they said that it's right now it's because the wind, or it's always something.
I would try a different router, and we sprung for this expensive one after, they're usually like $50 or $60. We spent $200 on this thing, and we have not regretted it for a minute.
Not for an instant.
No.
I got the same thing. My language got very colorful.
Oh yeah.
Aww. No, I agree, but it's frustrating because this program is online, and you have to. It's like you have to make sure you make accommodations for everything that happens. But when you have young children, it's hard, especially at night.
I agree totally. I understand.
Try the router, and if I think you can probably even take it back if that's not it. But try it. I mean, it's like the best thing ever.
Okay, because we have a Linksys.
Yeah, we had that one too.
And it was not working.
We had a Linksys too.
That's
Okay.
right. It sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm looking for a brochure on it just to make sure that I'm telling her the right name.
Well, we went to Best Buy and got it.
Yeah, you can go to Best Buy.
Professor?
It's an Apple
Sorry,
product.
Miss Professor Woodward?
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to give you a suggestion. I work with Outlook for work, and we get a lot of random emails like you were getting for the notifications, the do not reply thing. If you're not able to do it on your own, if you don't feel comfortable with it, I'm sure that the IT people at Cal State San Marcos would help you with it. But there's a way to like create a rule that if you get an email that says like from this thing, so for example, from the online thing, it'll go straight to a specific folder. And then that way it's not cluttering your inbox, and you're able to just focus on the emails that you want to see instead of getting bombarded with all the other ones.
That would be magnificent.
Yeah, so I would suggest stopping by. I called our IT department and asked them to show me how to do it. And it took them like 5 seconds. And so they created a folder, kind of like you have folders on the side. They created a folder that was just for all of those things so that I could still monitor it in case something went in there by accident. But then all of those just automatically, whenever they come into my inbox, go straight to there. So it's not bombarding me or cluttering me from being able to see the emails I do need to see. So just a suggestion.
That's a great suggestion. Okay, so I'll write that down on my list of things to do.
And it's just called like a rule. You could say like creating a rule to have specific emails placed directly into a folder. And I think they would probably understand that terminology.
Okay.
Ready. Okay, it's called Airport Extreme. Apple Airport Extreme. And it's a little tower.
Perfect. Okay, I'm airport. Okay.
Airport Extreme. I was saying Express, but it's Extreme.
Nope. Sending it to my husband right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well,
I hope that helps with I hate online classes.
Oh, this saved all our computers because we were about ready to throw them out the window.
This is actually I should buy probably a MacBook. But I hate Apple products.
Well, it works with my PC too. So
my husband has an a MacBook, and I hate Apple products, and so I refuse. But I'll tell you right now, I've had 3 laptops in the last year, and they've broken down from hacking or whatever.
Yeah, viruses.
Yep.
Listen, I don't know why you hate them, but get over it.
I know. It's pride. It's pride.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm going to tell you right now, the election is pride.
So you don't even have an iPhone?
Nope, I have a Samsung Galaxy.
No. You don't want to do that. I have the iPhone. I have a PC.
I do have an iPad. I do have an iPad because it was free.
I
won it in a raffle.
We bought our router at Best Buy in July of 2014, and we have been happy with it since. It was $199.
So Apple Airport,
No,
right? You said
Apple Airport Extreme.
Extreme. Okay, Apple Airport Extreme.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'm serious. You can set this up on your own. It's pretty much plug and play. You plug it in, and I did it with my iPhone. I set it up through when I was on the couch with my iPhone and set the whole thing up. It's been so easy.
Perfect. I just sent it to my husband. I don't know if he's going to get it because he's at work right now.
And maybe his email doesn't work.
Did I say, yeah.
Well, his email works at work, but he's with the election and everything for his city because he's the president of the union. He's going crazy.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Thank God he's not home.
Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Dr. Woodward, I thank you. I appreciate you. And I will let you know what happens.
Okay. And
Thank you so
Brittany,
much.
I will extend these dates.
Thank you. And can you please look for my email or my name in the email just in case
No, I promise. I promise.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You have a great night too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Anybody left? I think we're done. Okay, we're done. I will get rid of all this. Stop share. Nobody's done. Stop recording.